earlier
Yeah, yeah.
also.
Everything we have discussed, Lata. So even the book what you are reading, we have discussed.
I know that is also discussed, but still I want to read.
Yeah, yeah, you read. Absolutely fine. But what I'm saying is we have covered the length.
Correct. I know that whatever we have to discuss and by words uh, and memory and intellect we have already done.
Yeah. It is a
And
practice.
correct. So now it is all the practice only. So and I don't think any new information will come. All we have discussed one way or the other.
Yes. Very true.
And while when the knowledge is given to another person, from one person to another person, Sriyam's very, very nice thing I would like to refer here. So he has mentioned once our Udupi Pejavara Swamiji, he invited him to Bangalore, Sriyam, to his ashram. Then Sriyam was telling, yeah, why you want me to be there? Because they knew each other very well even earlier. Because Sriyam is practicing something, this Advaita related one. And this is completely Dvaita. But Sriyam says, as a person, this Pejavara Swamiji is amazing, great person. Yeah, but he is following Dvaita. Now for me, he and me no difference. He is also human being, I am also human being. Since he is inviting me, let me go and see what to do. After going there, he asked him, can you talk on Bhagavad Gita, some chapter? So then Sriyam had a problem of language. He says, I cannot speak in Kannada, I will understand. But your students are all in Kannadigas. Then how to communicate? He said, no problem, you can speak in English. I will translate. And he said, do you know really to translate English to Kannada? He says, what do you think about me? Because I can do that. That's what Pejavara said. Then Sriyam was thinking, let me give a surprise to him by giving this my talk in Sanskrit. Then he thought I should not do it. He is a great person because then ego may hurt. Let me not do it in Sanskrit. Let me give it in English only. Then he started talking about one sloka of Bhagavad Gita only. I don't remember his sloka. Yes, this morning only I heard about that. During that time, somewhere the thing was there. You have to when you are say as per Advaita, you have to pray God, but there is no need of any putting any photo or anything because then it is a Dvaita feeling because you and the photo. Now we should not have that. That's the reason he started explaining in English about that. What Pejavara has done is exactly he said, you have to put your photo and you have to do the puja. That is what his Sriyam says. In Kannada, he translated to students, just opposite. Then during that time, he was thinking, what is the right now? What is the right approach? What should I do? Then he decided, see, he is a great Dvaita person and is a wonderful human being. Now, when he talks to his students, he will talk in Dvaita only. He will not bring Advaita. Then whatever he is doing is perfect. Whatever I am talking is also perfect. I am talking Advaita, but he is talking in Kannada in Dvaita. Then he immediately brought his chitta to adjust along with that situation of Dvaita. So that's the reason he said, before practicing anything, Advaita, try to understand what is Dvaita, try to understand what is Vishishta Advaita, and when you deal with such people, without hurting anybody's feeling, you can perfectly follow your Advaita. So that's the best example he gave.
Correct. That can be done. Like what I do, but is that people who want to hear from me on Advaita, I will talk on Advaita. Whatever they want me to talk on Dvaita, I do that. And when I talk to the Buddhist world, I talk what Buddha says. I don't add anything from anywhere. Even though all would lead to the same, I don't want to confuse them saying that this also leads the same, that also leads the same. And we have a forum. And there is one person called Jamie. He follows the yoga and he has something called a divine tradition. So there is a Kaleshwar Yoga. I don't know whether you've heard it or not. So he is initiated into that, and there are a lot of books written on Kaleshwar Yoga, and some people are following Sri M, Sadhguru, and a lot of things. So when I speak to them in what they want rather than what I want, because there is no need to look at what I want. So that is Advaita. If I see that I want something and they require something, then there's a conflict, because that becomes Dvaita. So if I don't have myself as myself, then it is Advaita.
Yeah.
So another funny thing had happened. I had spoken about something with all of you. So that was generic one. It was not a specific one. So I shared this video with one of the Sri Lankan friends. I said, look, whatever we discuss is also there in this. So please hear. So he heard with lot of the skeptic thing, and then after few hours he came back saying that let us discuss. So we discussed. So he said one thing, Vilas, you know what? In Sri Lanka, we are not exposed to all of this, so we have no idea. Whereas you have been exposed to everything. You can speak to a Sri Lankan like a Sri Lankan, a Malaysian as a Malaysian, a Singaporean is a Singaporean, and you can do all of that, but I cannot do it, because you know exactly what is the context. And if they're talking Mahayana, you talk Mahayana. We talk Theravada, you do that. And if they talk about Vedic, you speak about that. That kind of knowledge we don't have. So if I hear to your words, it looks like another Buddha's teaching. So I really don't know why in Sri Lanka they blame the Vedas, because they say that it is not right. Buddha did not say about Vedas. And I told him that that is correct. Even in India, when people talk about Buddha teaching, they talk about what the Mahayana teaching is, not the original saying of Buddha. So there also you have the same problem. So instead of solving that problem, you understand the problem and better be speaking to them in their own whatever they like. So in that way, it is better. So it doesn't really have to hurt anybody's sentiment. So he was saying that, yeah, what you are saying is right. That I never knew that all of this there is in your tradition also. I always thought that this Hinduism is all about praying, and you go to temple and all that, because in Sri Lanka there is a lot of temples, and there is uh, Murugan temple and Rama temple, and all temples are there. So they also go sometimes to these temples, and there is a very good cordial relationship with Hindus and Buddhists. But then he didn't know that philosophically it is the same. So it is better to speak whomever whatever wants in their own language or in their own tradition, basically parampara, rather than changing their parampara. That is what I think Sri M ultimately thought about when he met Pejawar Sri.
Yes.
Okay, that is nice. So Sri Hari, you become very silent.
No, well, I mean, just it is interesting to know the concept. At least this helps me to understand where exactly I am, and then what is the further path, and then what deficiencies maybe I would have had in the previous in the stages of sadhaka. It's really helpful.
Okay, nice.
Maybe Vilas, you can touch upon the topic maybe next time whenever possible. Where are we with respect to our own achievement? Because we have gone through so many lives, maybe hundreds or thousands or millions. And how to know that? Where are we? Number one. And then what is the distance that we need to cover to reach the samadhi? I know that it is possible in this janma. It also possible right now here. That is Advaitam. some clarity on that.
Yeah, we can do it right now. So you just consider what you were.
Vilas,
Yeah.
Vilas, I have a call at 10 o'clock, so I have to prepare a little bit for the call.
Okay.
I will drop off.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
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 So what we can do is that we can see where we were at the start. So from 87 till date, when you started, you can just make an assessment of what all did you learn, and what are the path and what the tradition to what you are today, with all the experiences taken together. You will get an assessment for yourself. So that will be your base. For all of us, it's the same, whether it is me or Sri Hari or Padma Shri or Lata or anyone who is on this path. Now, what is that which is required? Is that we should be able to see everything as 5 elements and consciousness. That's all. Anything we see, we hear, we taste, we touch, we smell, we think. We should be able to see it as 5 elements and consciousness. If we are doing that, that means you have established. So there is no rebirth. If I don't see it that way and I see it like a person or a thing or something like that, then there is a problem. Meaning there's a problem in the sense that there is something more to be achieved and need to work on that. Like the 45-minute issue what I had. So it shows that there is gap. Simple. That samadhi was not there. It took time for getting into samadhi.
But if you have a guru, then he'll be able to see where are your flaws and then give practices according to that.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Now we have to do it by ourselves.
The reason being that, Guru will show you from darkness to light. So the Guru has already shown in various ways, in various connotation, that what is darkness and what is light. Correct?
Correct.
But he can't do beyond that. The road.
Yeah, but then I'm just talking with my bookish knowledge of whatever biographies I have read.
Correct.
So how those Sri M has been guided, how Yogananda has been guided, and so on. So they got that guidance, and whenever they had problems, Guru has given them some directions and telling them these are the obstacles and so on.
Yes. Yeah, if you want to know your obstacle, yes, we can do that. Even I want to know my obstacle, but problem is that I don't have a physical guru to go to him. I have to wait for this guru to come and tell me where the obstacle is. Anyway, so that shouldn't hurt in telling you where your obstacle or somebody's obstacle is. It is possible, but I feel that even if you go deeper into Sri M or Sadguru or anyone, the inner engineering what Sadguru teaches is at a very basic level. Yes. And after they become experienced, he doesn't do anything. He says that now you practice. Okay, so they have to practice. He doesn't do anything beyond that. And if you take Sri M, also the same thing. But for them, if they are getting stuck somewhere, let us say whoever was their guru, if they're still in their body form or adrishya form, and if they're able to come and tell them maybe one way of doing it. But if he already knows what he should be doing, I think Sri M knows what he should be doing in this life.
How he knows? Because earlier days when he was with his guru, or even Yogananda when he was with guru, or Swami Rama when he was with his guru. So he had quite many, Swami Rama had quite many kind of obstacles.
Yes.
So I've read autobiography also.
Correct.
Right?
But after,
there also, how
yes,
he has been guided.
Yes. After he was guided, he did not go back to the guru.
Yeah, that is correct. Once you reach that stage, then you don't need that guru. You can stand on your own. And that's what the guru also do. That they will throw you out so that you stand on your own.
Correct. Right now, all of us are in one stage of that or other. See, where is the gap? Let us see. Now, you take any book and whatever is coming through my mind by my guru. Aren't they both the same?
Both are same. Yes, but
Okay.
that is the general teaching with respect to me.
With
What
respect to
needs to
you,
be done
yeah,
may be different.
no,
So what Bhatt has to do may be different. What Padmasree
correct,
has to do is
absolutely,
different. What
absolutely.
I have to do is different.
Correct. So what we can do is that we can have one private session to look at what, because in your case it is very clear. If you remove the agitation, you're done with that. The main factor with you is the agitation. If you can remove the mental agitation, deeper agitation, what you have, you are almost there. There is
Yeah,
experiential.
that thing you told me some time back, and I feel that I have done as much as I can do for that, and I can also see some difference in me. But
Yes.
then beyond that, I am not able to see.
Okay. So then what we can do is that we can have a private session to see what I can see through dhyana, and then I can guide. I think that is better way. I will ask the guru also to help me. So then
Okay.
I will ask him to deal with you and Bhatt and whoever, Padma Shri or Sri Hari or anyone. I think that is better. Done. We'll do that. So whenever,
So that's what. But you are also asking, right? Or
yeah, Bhatt is also asking same.
Yeah. My question is something very same. Because when we practice something now in these sessions, listening happens, but when we are doing a practice, we don't know what is that exactly we have to correct within us. That is exactly Guru's job. He understands and he says, this is what is problem with you and why don't you overcome this.
Yes, you are right.
So now what the teaching is going on is exactly everything is possible through your dhyana and tuning your chitta. What you are doing is tuning our chitta. But how much tune, what to tune is not very clearly known at this stage because we are ignorance.
Sure, we can do that.
I will give you an example. When I was reading CM's autobiography, so there it was mentioned when he was only 19, 20 years old. So his guru was asking him to meditate, and he was meditating. And then after some time, guru was asking, "Are you meditating?" He said, "Yes, I am meditating." But then the guru told him, "No, you are meditating on masala dosa," because he was feeling like eating masala dosa. So full time masala dosa only is coming in his mind. So this guru, what he did, he gave him some money and told him to go to some hotel and eat as many masala dosas as you want. So he said he went, he got one, then he got second one, only two he could eat. And after that, he never had this craze for having the masala dosa. This is an example.
I got it. But am I at that level is the question.
Yeah. I know. That's what I'm trying to say. I know that you are not in that level to guide in that direction.
Correct.
So that I understand. So whatever I'm expecting from you is something maybe right now not possible for you. That also I recognize.
Correct.
So I am just trying to say that we don't have that guru. So then that is why we have to do by ourselves.
That is what
I have written down. See, I have also written down what kind of vasanas I have. I made a note of it also. I have been observing myself very keenly.
correct. So the here is what I feel. I am what I can say. I am held because I don't have a physical guru whom I can go and say that look, this is where I have done my sadhana. What do you say? And then he says that okay, now this is where you should have done. This is where you are, or because that insight has to come when I see a person. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't come.
Yeah, correct. So anyway, I have asked you enough, and I know that now I am asking too much from you.
No, it is fine. But sometimes I'm able to read. Sometimes I'm able to do that. But this should happen instantaneously all the time.
Yeah, correct. So whatever you told me earlier, agitation, I have taken that seriously, and I have been observing my mind very, very keenly. So I know where all I get, and I thought I have removed quite a lot of it.
Yes, you have. So the thing, what I feel, this is my feeling, is that if you were to remove it completely, then you are almost there. Because that is what I think is blocking you. I might be wrong or right because I don't have that kind of insight to Literally, sometime I can penetrate your mind. Only once I did it, right? When you got that burning sensation.
And I got a burning sensation.
Yes.
So I don't want to do it again.
I'm not going to do it again for sure. So, see, that day what I did was like what a guru does. This is exactly what he would have done. So when I put you and Padma Shri and Bhatt in one kind of trance, I was able to read what is happening. And this is exactly what Sri M would have felt when this guru told him, you go and eat as many masala dosa as you want. Because he's able to read the thoughts of that individual. So that day I was able to read the thought. But is that the right way of doing? I don't know, because there is no person who is live in front of me, and I can.
Actually, Vilas, my observation when I am listening to you is, see, your that sadhana in the past 2 years is tremendously increased, and when you come and talk to us, you talk. Sometimes you forget about yourself and you talk, and most of our questions are addressed there. That's my thing. That means your guru is able to read us and able to talk through you.
Exactly.
But when you are in normal Vilas, but what you talk is maybe like a normal things.
Correct.
But when you talk fully focused, means I can say you forget yourself. No? That time it is a truly, many of my questions are addressed there. So, and I am questionless also during that time.
Yeah. So actually, in today and yesterday, I saw the normal Vilas, not that dreamy Vilas.
Okay.
For some reason, I wanted to tell you yesterday only. I forgot it.
Okay.
Before the different kind of voice normally.
Yeah.
So, but today and yesterday it was day before yesterday. I don't remember. I didn't observe, but yesterday it was very sharp. And yesterday morning, and even when we were discussing with Vivek Sudamani also, it was like a normal Vilas.
Okay.
Good. I can clearly feel the moment you become your guru. See, even my attention also goes here and there sometimes here. Everything stops, then I close my eyes. Simply it comes knowledge.
Okay, nice one.
I remember now, see, in my native place that a Bhuta Radhana is there. Na?
Correct.
So we have so many Rakteshwari, Vishnumurti and various types of that Bhutas. So they are normal people. If you see, that too they are treated as a low caste people. But the moment they put all that Vesha and they recite their Vishnu Sahasranam in their own language and all that, then suddenly that what you call huge power, their soul becomes very, very pure. That time a person who doesn't know how to talk in a normal way, that time he talks everything in a systematic way without any mistake. So those moments are very few, and that's the time we can really see ourselves. We also forget in front of that particular Bhuta. They get avesha, no? In their body starts vibrating at highest possible speed, and they can touch fire, they can do anything. They can drink 50 coconuts, I see, without any issues. And I don't know where that water goes to. But that is what something. During that time, in that avesha, they get some very special spirit. We don't know. Even they also don't know from where it comes. So similarly, I think some guru, somewhere, some energy, potential, it just gets manifested. That is the time when we are connected. Na? See, when you speak in these sessions, you are exactly addressing to three of us, and most of our things are getting addressed there. That's true. That is the power of your guru.
Correct. I know that. I'm not denying. It is also helping me, for sure.
That is the reason. So since you have that guru's presence, is what I keep pestering you with my problems.
But the problem is that, Lata, he doesn't stay all the time. And
So then sometimes I feel, why do I trouble you so much like this?
No, it is okay. See, there is no problem in you troubling me, and it is a nice thing for me also. See, I too recognize that, and it is not that I can't answer, but for some insight, I require somebody to do that and say that this is what it is, or I can do it myself. And when I want to do it myself, there is a skill set gap. right? So because yesterday what happened is that, which clearly shows, if that guru was there all the time, let us say, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. So I would have said,
Guru immediately told you, shut up.
yeah, he would have said that, what stupid are you talking about? So I was a normal person, and a normal person should feel all of this. But good news is that I don't want him to shadow me all the time, because then it becomes very difficult. That is also another problem. See, if he shadows me all the time, then it is like I can't stand on my own leg. That is another problem. So what he is doing now of withdrawing is a very good thing. I know he is withdrawn today, yesterday, and sometimes he comes back and says to me whatever I should be doing, and then he stays. So he is very compassionate in that way, I agree. But if he too much shadows me, is again a problem, because that is what Sri M or Sadhguru, all their teachers, they ultimately did. They threw them out. Now you are done. You just go, do whatever is required. So that will set off a different kind of experience, rather than always relying on the teacher and always going as a student and asking, okay, now I did this, tell me what should happen. So then it is the biggest ever obstacle. So yesterday he was not there. No matter whether you felt it is dry or whatever it is, it's okay. It doesn't really.
It's not dry, but that from the voice you can make out.
Yeah. From even I can make out. Worried about you making out. That's the reason I used to keep on asking you all whether there's any change in the voice, because I know when he comes, there will be a great change in the voice. Okay, so
change, and you don't think, that time when the free flow happens, you don't think anything. Simply it comes.
Yes, it's
When
simply.
when we ask question also, you don't hear sometimes.
Yes, I don't hear. Even this sadhaka thing, what I told you, the 9 steps, they are not there in any books. So I was thinking, how should I answer to you? I said 9 steps. I myself did not know. So then this guru said, okay, here are the steps. Make a note of it.
Actually, this is what even I wanted. And I didn't get anywhere in any books or wherever I heard. That's the reason I have noted down everything today.
Yes. So this is what my guru gave me, and he said, you follow as per this. So he just did it 2 days ago, and he said that this will guide you. Okay. I said, okay, nice, thank you. And I wrote in just 2 minutes. I was just telling my wife, look, for some reason, this word came that there are 9 steps of sadhaka, and I have no idea what these 9 steps are. Then he said, what do you mean I'm here? So then I said, please help me. Then he told me, you write down, I will tell you. And he left. And after exactly 48 hours, I faced this problem. That is yesterday.
So
Yesterday, what time? It was daytime, huh?
Night.
Night.
12:30. So he anticipated where I'm going to fall. So he didn't wanted to be there. He told me, look, these are the things what you need to see. And he left. Now I have written it down. So yesterday this happened. I established samadhi, but still it is not right. So I know where I have fallen. Simple. Out of these 9 steps. Had I myself not known this, I would be searching around. So one good thing he has done for all of us, all the 4 of us or 5 of us, including Sri Hari, is to give information that where we should be putting our views on, or where we should be working. So to answer to your question, where I should be working, you should have been in samadhi. Like I should have been by samadhi all the time. That is the ultimate essence. Now we have to see from vitarka vichara to all of those steps where we are, and then work it out. Because let us say agitation or something is all part of that only. Either we have not put the yama and niyama properly, and that is the reason we are not able to follow what the Shruti says, or the book what we are reading says, or our dhyana is not proper because we are not putting enough time on dhyana. we are only putting small effort on dhyana, which also might be another factor.
I am putting hardly any time on dhyana.
Yeah, because that is the most important thing for all of us. See, I am putting maximum time on dhyana. Even with that, it took me 45 minutes.
Yeah, correct.
So,
And the main thing is that you should be able to catch the mind running like that in the first
so
moment.
I caught it, but it took 45 minutes to bring it to some shape.
Yeah. So once it goes off, it is difficult to bring. Correct. I have also observed sometimes very, I don't know, when did you tell me? February, March. From that time I am observing. So I have noted also down. They are all silent. So I also consider like it is like a test for me. And so there were some health issues for my daughter during this lockdown time, and I cannot take her to the doctor and so on. So that time and all, I was observing how my mind was, and some office related things as well. So I could see that the number of times my mind runs away has reduced drastically, whatever is the situation.
Nice. So, I think with these 9 steps, it will help all of us where we are, and I can ask the Guru once again, please help all of us. He comes and goes, At least I know that he comes whenever I call. That much he has given me the freedom.
Good, no? You are always having the invisible Guru with you.
Yes, that is there. But he also says, don't fall on me all the time. You do your work. Which I am doing, but the voice will change. The moment he is there, the voice will change.
Yeah, correct. That is there. That is very observable.
Yeah. Very nice. This 30 minutes talk was very interesting. I have to join another meeting.
Same here. Yeah,
maybe
even I have to join.
We'll continue on Monday.
Yes, we'll continue on
Monday.
Monday.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.